Hello everyone, it's Ranger at 64, and welcome back to another League of Legends lore reading video. Today, we will be reading the biography of Vi, the Piltover Enforcer. Once a criminal from the mean streets of Zaun, Vi is a hot-headed, impulsive, and fearsome woman, with only a very loose respect for authority figures. Growing up all alone, Vi developed finely honed survival instincts, as well as a wickedly abrasive sense of humor. Now, working with the Wardens to keep the peace in Piltover, she wields mighty Hextech gauntlets that can punch through walls and suspects with equal ease. Vi remembers little of her childhood in Zaun, and what she does remember, she wishes she didn't. Running with the Sump Snipe gangs, she quickly learned to use her wits, as well as her fists to survive. Everyone who encountered Vi knew she could walk, she could talk, or even punch her way through out of trouble. More often than not, she chose the latter, which is not really out of character. None of the old-timers from her youth could tell her anything of her parents. Most assumed they had died in one of the industrial accidents that were, sadly, all too common in the undercity. Though she had ended up in the crumbling Hope House orphanage, a notoriously mad some scrapper claimed to have found her adrift in a basin large enough for two in the ruins of a collapsed chem lab. In the end, Vi figured some things were best left unknown. With her wild pink hair, she became a distinctive sight in the streets of Zaun. Hightailing from angry shopkeepers in the boundary markets, swaggering through the colorful bazaars of the Black Lands, or hitching rides up into Piltover aboard the Hexdraulic convoyers. Whatever there was a scrape to be gotten into or a scam to be run, Vi was in the thick of it. Though she never stole from those she couldn't cover the loss, and never hurt those that didn't deserve it. She gotten older, the capers of childhood became more audacious and daring, and Vi formed a gang of her own. Brash and quick to anger, she still relied on her fists a little too much, and was rarely without a black eye or a slit lip. She found a mentor in a owner of a bar on the edge of the lanes, who tempered some of her more self-destructive tendencies. He tried to reinforce her moral code, and shown her how to fight with discipline, as well as teaching her the ways to better disrink her simmering anger. At times, Vi earned a reputation as someone who got things done, no questions asked. Listening to the chatter of the Zonat miners who frequent the bar, she came to learn when big deals were being made and how payments were being delivered. To the Cam Baron, this was chump change, but to her and her friends, it would be a fortune. She planned a heist, but knew it would require extra bodies to pull off, so Vi reluctantly brought a rival gang, the Factory Wood Fiends, into her score. Everything was going fine until the leader of the Fiends killed the mine owner with a pair of oversized pulvasier gauntlets. It trapped the rest of the workers in the tunnels below. Even as both gangs fled with the loot, Vi knew she could not leave these innocent people to die. He snatched up the gauntlets, the wrist mechanisms clamping down painfully into her arms, but she endured the agony long enough to smash open a path to free the miners from below. The following day, Vi paid a visit to the Factory Wood Fiends, still wearing the power gauntlets. She took on the entire gang, administering a beating so legendary that it is still spoken in the lanes to this day. Vi eventually disappeared from Zaun during a time of great upheaval, when tensions with Piltover were rising high. Rumors circulated between the gangs that she had been killed in a huge explosion in the heart of the Undercity, or that she had turned her back on her friends and struck out for distant lands. The truth, however, finally came to light when Old Hungry Scars, a ferocious gang whose murder sprees had spread topside in Piltover, were brought down by a respected sheriff of Piltover and her new ally, Vi. The former gang leader was now in the employ of the Wardens, and she had replaced the chem-powered pulsar gauntlets with a pair of brand new Hextech Atlas prototypes. No one yet knows the exact reason why or how Vi came to be working alongside Caitlyn, but given the anarchic nature of the crime wave now sweeping over Piltover, speculation runs rife that it might involve a certain blue-haired hellion from Zaun.